higher pitched voice than her. So she's like, yo, she's like, what are you doing? Why did you drop the phone? I was like, what do you do? I was like, are you kidding me? Like, with your mom's secret boyfriend? So I'm like molding, right? I'm fighting a war in my mind. And she's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to sleep with them. And I was like, I was like, what?
In high school too? Jail, bro, jail time.
That's what I said. That's why I was like, he needs to be in prison. And what are you doing? I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going. I don't know what kind of circus bullshit is going on here. I was like, you gotta go. You gotta go. She texted me 3 hours later, and she's like, I can't believe you kicked me out of your house. I was like, I can't believe you summoned your mom's secret boyfriend. Yeah.
And your minor.
Yeah. Like I think we were like 17 or 18. I mean, I think we were just like, I don't know.
I see. Either way.
I don't really remember. But still, either way, it was messed up, and I was pissed, and I was molding. Anyway, so that was my first relationship. Yeah, it was quite a bit of a
Okay, so you guys break up. Was there like a weird falling out? Do you know what happened with her family? Does her mom know?
Yeah, so okay, I was telling her, I was like, we need to, like, we're done, blah 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 blah. I was like, you need to text your mom and tell her. Like,
yeah.
I told her, I was like, listen, you need to text your mom and tell her, or I will text her and tell her.
As you should.
And she's like, okay, I'll tell her. And I was like, all right. So I don't know if she told her or not. I assume that she did. I have no idea. But I was just like, okay, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. I was like, okay, it's time for me to move on.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It was bad.
That is insane. I mean, for starters, I'm sorry that young Christian had to deal with that, you know?
Yeah, unfortunately. But
were you able to move past the trust issues that this might have built up for you?
I would say so. I won't lie though. If somebody does do some weird, sneaky stuff, like they start deleting text messages. Basically, if I have like a weird gut feeling, I'm just gonna trust it and be like, you know what, maybe this isn't for me, right? Instead of,
I think that's a good call.
Yeah. Like if you're ever to a point where you got to go through their phone and do that, I think it's already too late, right? It's like one of those things. It's one of those things. It's like, okay, if you have that feeling, I don't think you guys should be together, kind of deal. You know what I mean? So I'm a little bit more like in that realm of thinking where it's like, I'm still on my toes, don't get me wrong, but if I ever feel like that, I'm just like, all right, you know what, maybe this isn't it, like maybe, I don't know, maybe we're just not compatible.
I think that's very understandable. I also agree, like if you're worried about what's in their phones, this and that, the trust is already gone. How can you have a relationship without trust, to be honest?
Yeah.
I just cannot wrap my head around ever wanting to sleep with the same person that my mom is sleeping with. Something weird's going on there.
Right. I thought it was very, very weird, but I guess she was like really into him. I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know.
I also feel bad for honestly, like any girls in high school. Like I think they immediately think older men are cool, but if an older man likes anyone in high school, he's very, very not cool. Whoever you're talking to, fucking weird, should be in jail.
Yeah. It's like quote unquote cool if they're like, oh yeah, my boyfriend's in college, but it's like, yo, that's fucking that's weird as shit. Like if like a college kid's dating like a freshman in high school, that's like super weird. Right?
Exactly. Like, it probably means no other friend or like no one else in college is willing to date this person.
Right.
So they got to go younger and younger.
Yeah, it's weird. That's a whole animal in its own.
Holy.
But yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. Yeah. That was the juiciest story we've heard thus far.
I thought it was an interesting one. So
have you shared this online before?
I have, but it's just like a story I like telling now to the point where it's because it's like a crazy spin that no one
really
ever expects,
fucking is. Even just the sentence, my girlfriend was sleeping with her mom's secret boyfriend. I forgot about that fact too. It's not even the main partner.
Yeah, and the dad still, I don't even know if the dad knows about it. Like, I don't even know. There's so many layers to that. You know what I mean? Bro. Yeah. Anyway, I appreciate you, bringing me on. I had a lot of fun. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Thank you. Hope we get to play Valorant again sometime soon.
Hopefully soon. Yeah, absolutely.
Take care.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Yeah, see ya.
Wow. Wasn't that juicy, y'all? That was the juiciest one thus far. It really was like a movie script. Wait, is the camera still there? No. Wow. That was a really good story. Bad things make for good stories. Sometimes I think that in the midst of depression. Like, oh, I am going through this shitty thing, but someday, good fucking story. Same, I'm glad. I think that's a really great coping mechanism. Also, kind of makes you stronger sometimes, usually, at the end of the day. Have you guys ever met, how do I describe this? People who have essentially like no trauma, no crazy negative experiences, just nothing. I have, and they're really boring. It's like chicken with no seasoning. It just is. If you're treated like too well in life, you have no reason to really develop a personality or learn to build character. You're just chilling. And like, I'm happy for you. That's cool. But yeah, it's giving boiled chicken. It is. This is what it is.